Immerse yourself in the profound insights offered by Father Chuck Belmonte as he delves into daily reflections on various gospel passages from the Bible.
May 7, Tuesday, the Saints' unbreakable union with Jesus. The Saints' unbreakable union with Jesus is exemplified by the remarkable account of martyrdom in the early Church involving two African mothers, Saints Perpetua and Felicity. Perpetua and Felicity, who lived during the 3rd century, c. 182-5, c. 203, were Christian martyrs. Perpetua, a noblewoman who had recently been married, was well educated and believed to be 22 years old at the time of her death. She was also a mother who was nursing her infant son. Felicity, a slave woman who was pregnant at the time, was imprisoned alongside Perpetua and was martyred with her. They, along with others, were put to death in Carthage, which was located in the Roman province of Africa. Perpetua was accused of being a Christian and was confined in a dungeon with other Christians. Her father frequently visited her in jail, pleading with her to renounce her faith so that she could be released. He expressed how much he valued her above her siblings and how she was the light of his life. Despite her father's pleas, Perpetua was unwilling to renounce her Christian faith. She mourned the fact that her father and other family members could not share in her joy as she prepared to face martyrdom. Felicity too refused to renounce her faith and was imprisoned in the same place as Perpetua. Since pregnant women were not allowed to be publicly tortured, Felicity, strong in her faith, fervently prayed for the early birth of her child so that she could be martyred alongside the others. The other prisoners joined her in passionate prayers to God, asking for the safe delivery of her baby. Miraculously, their prayers were answered, and Felicity's sister took the child and raised her as her own daughter. The soldier who guarded them was astonished by the holiness demonstrated by the Christian prisoners, including the two young mothers. He allowed many visitors to come and encourage them. On the day of their martyrdom, Perpetua, Felicity, and their companions entered the amphitheater with joyful expressions. Perpetua walked with the confidence of a bride of Christ, assured of God's love for her. Felicity rejoiced, considering the blood she was about to shed as a second cleansing, akin to the purification after childbirth and a second baptism. When Felicity was knocked down by a wild cow, Perpetua, in a very feminine manner, extended her hand and helped her pull down her skirt. Ultimately, both women were killed by wild beasts and the swords of their executioners. Perpetua even noticed fear in the eyes of her executioner, so she guided his sword to her neck, and the two young women received their eternal reward. This account of the martyrdom of Perpetua and Felicity portrays the women willingly embracing their death, following the example of Christ, who willingly sacrificed himself on the cross for us. Just as Christ's death had purpose and efficacy, the early church martyrs saw their own deaths as meritorious and considered it a privilege to walk in the footsteps of Christ. Illustration: the wedding at Cana, fruit of the second luminous mystery, to Jesus through Mary.
I would be delighted to extend an invitation to you once again tomorrow for another insightful reflection on the Gospel by Father Belmonte.